What's going on, YouTube, man? Before I even start the video, let me go ahead and get all the roasting out the way. I know my hair is looking kind of rough, but excuse me, I'm getting the shit done tomorrow, and everybody with long hair, you know what it's like the day before you get your hair done, man. You can finally just let loose and scratch and do whatever you want to with it, man, because you haven't been able to scratch for a month, 2 months, however long it's been. So I'm just enjoying it, man. But anyway, it's funny how it's kind of like life gives you just signs that you need to address something, man, because all week long, different people that I know, people that I went to high school with or whatever, they've been talking about the importance of reading. You know, this girl a few days ago, she was talking about girls who still don't read, and she's a black girl. And then I was just watching my homie Sinful the Peas live on Instagram earlier, and he was talking about the importance of reading. If you don't know Sinful the P, just go to YouTube, type in SIN, spacebar FUL, spacebar THE, spacebar P, and you'll find the homie's channel. You know, shout out to Sinful. Just tell him Debonair sent you. But anyway, all these people just talking about the importance of reading, and you know, it's a common stereotype, but this can be applied to really anybody watching the video. But it's a very common stereotype with black men and women that, you know, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. And unfortunately, that's a stereotype that has a lot of truth based in it. Not just from my own experience, you know, just walking through life, but also, you know, on my YouTube channel, I got stats, I got analytics. You know what I'm saying? Every single video has analytics, and I can also see the stats of my entire channel as a whole. And I have a pretty versatile fan base. You know, I got about 50%. No, I say about 60% black people in their late teens to early 20s. I got quite a few white people, some older people, and things like that. People in different countries, but the videos that I do on books and things like that, educational videos, they rarely get watched by the black viewers. You know what I'm saying? But the videos that I do about violence, the videos that I do about gossip and things like that, black people will watch that just like that. And I know what I'm saying is true, and it kind of goes into the video I made earlier today. You know, look at all these different pages that are geared towards black people. You know what I'm saying? That focus on nothing but negativity. Look at the Shade Room. Look at World Star Hip Hop. Look at even on TV. You go to VH1, which is pretty much a black network at this point. But think of some of the black shows we have: Love and Hip Hop New York, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop LA. I think they're talking about doing a Chicago or a Houston. You got Stevie J's show. You got the Real Housewives. Just trash. Things that aren't gonna really, and don't get me wrong, a lot of those different things that I named and many more can be entertaining, you know, don't get it twisted. But very rarely do you hear about black people reading. Very rarely do you hear about black people educating themselves and trying to compel other people to educate themselves as well. You know what I'm saying? So part of not reading is just a young thing, but especially a black thing, and damn sure a young black thing. I don't know too many individuals around my age that are African American that regularly read books. And, you know, it's sad because there's so much information that can be gained from books. You know, documentaries and things like that, those are cool, but there's really nothing, you know, there's really nothing like just picking up the original. Of course it's a copy, but picking up the original work and just reading it how it was made to be read. You know what I'm saying? For example, Malcolm X, he has you know, Denzel Washington played Malcolm X in his Spike Lee movie, and he did a fantastic job. But there's nothing like the actual autobiography written and told by Alex Haley. You know what I'm saying? Because Malcolm X actually talked to Mr. Haley and gave him the information. So when you read it, you really feel like you're reading. You feel like you're reading exactly what Malcolm X himself wrote down. So, you know, man, that's just one example. But guys, we got to get back to reading, man. We can't allow ourselves to fall into these different stereotypes, man. Reading is going to help you in all walks of life. It's going to make you an overall smarter person, but it's going to help your conversation. It's going to help you become more charming. It's going to help you become more witty. You know, it's going to help you articulate yourselves. You never want to be in a situation where you can't think of any word to actually articulate your thoughts. You don't want to be having a conversation with somebody and they start bringing up certain historical facts, or they start talking about some sort of subject, and you're just completely asinine to the subject at hand. You don't want to be given a contract. Let's say you're a rapper. You know, a lot of people are endeavoring to be rappers. You don't want to be given a contract, and the way that the record label has written it down and they've put all these loopholes in it, you don't have the discernment to figure out that this contract isn't something that you can that's not going to be beneficial to you in the long run. Things like that. But it starts all from reading. You know what I'm saying? It starts from reading. Not to mention that reading itself is a form of active meditation. You know, just reading is soothing. It's good for you, and it gives you an opportunity to get up off this technology, man. You know, being glued to screens is something that just very recently happened. But our forefathers, our ancestors, they didn't have this, man. And it's really not natural. And you know, I'm not demonizing phones. I'm obviously on the phone right now, but just getting back to educating yourselves, grounding yourselves, and not constantly chasing all this. Just extraneous stimulation all the time would do wonders for your mental health, man. It really will. So, black people, man, let's get back to reading. And for all the men out there, like I said, when you're popping at a woman, you being able to articulate yourselves better than the average person that walks up on her is going to help you tremendously, because and not just even when you're popping at a woman, but let's say you're trying to get a job. Let's say you're trying to make it into this school, you're trying to make it into that school, you're trying to impress your neighbor, you're trying to impress your friend. All of those different things, it's all of these different things culminate together. All the different attributes you can possess and sharpen culminate together to increase your chances of succeeding. So articulating yourself is one of them. And if the better you're able to articulate yourself, the like I said, the higher quality of life you're gonna live, man. You know what I'm saying? So guys, let's start reading, man. It doesn't have to be advanced books. Like I just said the other day or yesterday, I made a review of the Kama Sutra. This ain't an advanced book. I breezed through this in a week. It may take you 2 weeks. It may take you 2 days. It may take you 1 hour. It doesn't really matter. But as long as you're reading and stimulating your mind, you're doing something positive, man. So anyway, man, I appreciate you guys watching as always. Peace.